I felt rather ill after watching this movie. I ought to be sealed off from the rest of the world, as if I were put in. Quarantine. The 2008 American remake of the 2007 Spanish film. The plot. It's the exact same as Rec, or Record if you want to say the full title. A reporter and her cameraman are having an interview with firefighters. What was thought to be a quiet night ends up having an urgent call to an apartment complex. There, a series of unexplainable horrors began to occur. Now they and the apartment attendees, along with the firefighters and cops who are there, must fight for survival against the bite of the undead. I felt this movie was more about zombies, because it was, and that's a disgrace to the first. The director, John Eric Dowdle, went on to direct the M. Night Shyamalan-produced goofball fest Devil from 2010, and As Above, So Below, which was actually decent. This had your usual douchey and preppy characters found in early 2000s and 2010s horror films. They were nothing like the original characters, and that was a disappointment and a mistake. We don't even see the cameraman Pablo in Rec. Here, however, it is a black dude who squishes an infected rat with his shoe. Gore for the sake of gore. Replacing Manuela, Jennifer Carpenter takes on the character of Angela, and does have some decent charisma. Carpenter played Emily in The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Quarantine isn't the worst movie out there, but seeing how it's a remake of an awesome film, it had a lot to live up to. It didn't really feel like anyone tried. It's pretty much beat for beat Rec. However, the differences are shockingly bad. Spoilers. In Rec, it's a demonic infection, but in Quarantine, it leans more to zombification. Hell, by the end, they play a tape and a weird horror movie sounds come out of it. It's ridiculous, because there should have been an explanation for at least the zombification. However, all we get is growls and spoilers. This movie kind of blows. The gore, the effects. If there's one redeeming thing about this movie, it's the bloodshed. It is mostly practical effects, and the gore does look good. It's definitely bloodier than the first Rec movie, but not by much. Enough, but not by much. The motion picture soundtrack gets found footage, so there's no music. There usually shouldn't be for this kind of movie, but sometimes there is, which is stupid. In terms of sound design, I guess it's okay. There are a ton of things to nitpick, but this movie just doesn't get it at all. For a found footage movie, it looks like it was well shot and planned out for cinematic purposes in a horror film. It lost the essence of not only Rec, but the found footage genre in general. Top that with a weaker story and barely passable characters and acting, and we get the watered-down version of Rec, which already had a full cup of awesome, no need to overflow it with the excess material. Overall, I give Quarantine a 1.5 out of 5. What the fuck is up with this cover? Spoilers much? Lion Brian Gatto, host of Horror Show Entertainment. Make sure to like my Twitter and Facebook fan pages in the description below, leave comments, and subscribe.